Hey, it's Chelsea. Today we're going to be doing a nice lower body warm-up for the morning. It's going to be about a 30-minute class just to hopefully get you nice and invigorated to start your day for whatever the day holds. So we're going to go ahead and start laying down. I'm going to use a bolster underneath, or at least something, because I am 20 weeks pregnant. You can feel free to use a bolster or blocks, blankets, pillows, whatever you like, or just go ahead and lay flat on the ground, doesn't matter. Go ahead, get situated, and I'll meet you there. All right, go ahead, you can have your feet however you like, maybe as wide as the mat, hip distance apart. Maybe you have butterfly legs today. I'm actually going to take my feet about distance from my mat and let my knees just fall in together, grounding my feet down. You can have arms also whichever way you like, maybe palms up, palms down, maybe cactus arms, one hand on the heart or belly, or maybe both hands on the belly. And I think I'm gonna do both hands on the belly today. So go ahead, just settle into the pose, into your body, into the ground, into your breath. Maybe feeling your back body expand, your back ribs, on the floor or on a block or bolster, whatever you're laying on. Maybe the belly, feeling the belly expand, fill up with breath. Maybe the chest rising and falling. Just starting to notice, coming into the present moment, noticing the body, how it feels this morning. Grounding down into the earth. Breathing in from the earth, expanding and taking in whatever we need today. And then with each exhale, just letting go. Letting go of tension. Letting go of things that no longer serve us. Just take a few more breaths on your own. Maybe just being fully present in this moment, maybe throughout the practice and more throughout your day. Maybe setting an intention for this practice or your day. All right, wherever you are at, go ahead, lengthen the legs long and lengthen the arms overhead, reaching from one end of the room to the other. And you can roll the wrists and ankles out, maybe circles in one direction and the other direction. Maybe opening and closing the fists, flex and pointing the toes, or maybe just stretching, nice good morning stretch. Exhale, release down. Now we're going to go ahead and do one side at a time, in the sense that we're going to reach with one leg and then the opposite arm. So inhale, reach that right leg long and reach that left arm longer in the opposite direction. From one end to the other, point your toe, flex it, whatever feels best, lengthening, and then exhale, release. And we'll do the opposite side. Left leg reaches, left arm reaches. Nice little spinal balance here. You can be on your bolster or whatever, be mindful. Not really recommending a block, but inhale, exhale, release. But you can have your props underneath you, just be mindful. We'll do one more each side. Inhale, lengthen through the right leg, left arm. And release. Last one. Left leg, right arm, lengthening. Nice tall bodies. And release. Beautiful. You can go ahead, you can take one more breath with both, or you can just go ahead and we'll take our knees into the chest. As close as you can. I'm not going to get very close to the chest. And I am going to take a wider stance with my knees. You can have your knees closer if you like. Go ahead, you can rock forwards and backwards as much as you want. That doesn't really serve me today. I can rock side to side. I could ankle roll here. Starting to get nice and fluid, some movement going. Point flexing maybe. One more option, you can either take one leg and maybe roll, nice little hip rolls. In the opposite direction, opposite leg, or both at the same time. So just start to massage that lower back into the prop or the ground. Just a couple more breaths here. Then we're gonna go ahead and take a happy baby. So with this, you can either take your 2-piece fingers around your big toe, and you can still your props underneath. Or you can take the hands to the outside of the feet. But the goal here is to take the thighs parallel to the ground, pulling them down while pressing into the hands towards the sky. You can be finding stillness here or maybe rocking side to side. Mindful if you're on a prop. Alright, beautiful. Go ahead. You can make your way and rock all the way up to seated. Or if you're pregnant, go ahead, left side, go ahead and roll on your left side, and then make your way up. We're gonna come into tabletop position. I'm gonna go ahead, move the bolster. I'm gonna go ahead and take this option. Almost got my bolster on fire, it's cool. You can always take a blanket underneath your knees. We're gonna be in tabletop for quite a while, doing a few things. So, blanket or towel, you can always fold your mats, that's super easy. But just know that's always an option. And also when we're in tabletop, if it's uncomfortable in your wrist to put the weight, you could possibly come onto your knuckles, or easier, take it to your forearms, or even easier than that, take a bolster or blocks and put them underneath. But getting back to it, we will take the hips directly under, the knees directly underneath the hips. Take the hips about hip, or the knees about hip distance apart. Gosh, can't you talk? Take the palms underneath the shoulders. Ground them down, fingers spread wide. Bring in this first tabletop here. Pressing through the palms, expanding the scapula. Nice, tight core here. I know you can't tell with me, the belly maybe, but nice, strong, engaged core. From there, maintaining all that, we're going to go ahead, bring the right leg back, lengthening it behind. So weight still evenly dispersed in both hands, in the same actions. Externally rotating the arms, pressing in the palms, expanding the scapula. You can even press more into the scapula, or into the palms, expanding the scapula. Breathing here. One more inhale, exhale, go ahead, release. Take a nice breath, nice neutral breath here. Get grounded again. Nice strong core, send that left leg back. You can have the foot flexed or pointed, whatever feels best for you. Breathing now with this leg lifted. So we're gonna do a few things today in tabletop position, like I said. We're not gonna really get into down dog or any standing poses. Not really so much of a flow class, but I promise to wake you up. Hopefully as good, as delicious as a morning cup of coffee. Inhale, exhale, release that leg. Now, go ahead, we're just gonna take the hips, rocking them side to side. Beautiful. Go ahead, come back to neutral. Nice strong core for that tabletop. We're gonna go ahead and send that right leg back once again. This time we're gonna go ahead, take the right leg out to the right side. Lifting the right leg up, trying to maintain it at hip distance level. If it drops, that's okay. Lift it back up. We're gonna be here for a few more breaths. Inhale, exhale, go ahead, bring that foot down. I'm gonna go ahead and face you so you can see better. But we'll go ahead, bring those right toes facing forward, pressing into that right pinky toe. Definitely recommend something underneath your knee if it's sensitive here, because you're gonna bring the torso, bring the weight up, lift the arms, lift the chest, and we're just gonna rock side to side. So taking it to the right, and the left, moving with the breath. Mindful not to put weight on the right knee. And you can move however fast or slow today. Nice long spine, lengthening here. Should feel pretty good. In the side body, even in the groin. All right, both arms are gonna come up, place the hands back down. Go ahead and send that right foot behind once again, and then just lower it. Now from here, we'll go ahead, we're gonna do some cat-cow. I'm just gonna stay facing you just to make it easier, but go ahead, same tabletop position, palms underneath the shoulders, arms externally rotated, pressing in the scapula. Your toes can be tucked or untucked. We're just gonna inhale, lift the chest, lift that manubrium up, lift the head maybe. Gaze might go up slightly. Exhale, rounding, chin to chest. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, rounding. Like anything, your own pace, your own breath. Inhaling up, exhale, rounding. Couple more, however fast or slow. You can even come up onto the fingertips if you like. and then back to neutral. Now we're gonna go ahead and take it to the other side. So left leg goes behind. Nice strong core. I could technically cheat putting my foot against the wall. And if that's what you need to, if this is too much, feel free to use a wall. Nice strong core. Then go ahead and sit to the side. No cheating here. All right, pressing in the palms. Little glute work here. Hello, booty. Almost done. Inhale, exhale, drop that left foot. Toes face forward. Bring the torso, bring the arms up. And then just rocking side to side. Same thing as the other side. And you don't have to come all the way down. You could possibly take hand to the hip. Don't think you're any less of a person or yogi because you don't do all the options or can't do all the options. Just do what serves you best today. A few more here. Back to center. Go ahead, ground the hands down. Send that left leg back and down. We're gonna go ahead and take a child's pose here. So I am gonna turn back around for you guys. But you can still keep the blanket there if you like. We won't be here too long. I'm gonna recommend wide-legged child's pose. So knees about the distance of the mat, toes touching, kissing. Send the hips back. Walk the palms forward. Ground those palms, fingertips wide. Melt the heart into the ground, shining forward. Drop the head. Forehead to the mat. Coming back to that breath. Maybe even longer exhales. All right, go ahead, take that right hand to the outside of the right mat, left hand on top of the right, drop the forehead down. Breathing in that left side body. And then of course, lower back and hips. Taking it back to the middle, bowing down. Couple neutral breaths here. And then we'll take it to the left side. Left hand grounds down, right on top of the left, bow the forehead. Inhale, exhale, coming back to center. Go ahead, press into the palms. Take the torso up, and we're gonna come back to that tabletop position, and hopefully you don't hate me after this. All right, we're gonna go ahead, just like before, you can keep your knees onto a blanket or whatever you need. Get back to that tabletop position, nice strong core, grounded down, send that right leg back. Now, lift that left arm, just like we did in the beginning. Nice spinal balance here, really testing yourself, especially with the breath. Can you allow that breath to be long and at ease in the face of adversity? Go ahead and inhale, lift up a little higher. Exhale, we're gonna round in, bring that knee to the left elbow. And then lifting, lengthening. Exhale, rounding. So similar to the cat-cow as we did. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, rounding. That was the last one. Lifting, lengthening, a little bit higher. Drop that hand down, drop that knee. Go ahead, you can rock side to side, take a child's pose. Maybe some circles, small hip circles, maybe big hip circles. Coming even all the way to the heels. In the opposite direction. All right, let me adjust these prego pants. Even though they are maternity pants, starting to pop out of them too. All right, finding that nice strong tabletop position again. Go ahead and send that left leg back. Lengthening here, lifting that right arm. And of course, if you fall out, just get right back up. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, elbow to knee, knee to nose. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rounding. Last one. Lifting up, lengthening. And then drop the hand, drop the knee. Take whatever movement you like. We're doing one more thing in tabletop, then you're home free. All right, finding stillness. I'm gonna face you this time to show you. Go ahead, take that right leg back, and then we're gonna take it over to the left side this time. Not knock over candles. You're going to come into the right ball of the foot, pressing into that right big toe here. So looking over that left side, the left glute, left hip, to that right heel. Now I'm really gonna not have to mess up my rights and lefts right now, otherwise it gets real confusing. But looking over the left side to the right heel, pressing into that right heel, breathing into that right side body, sending that right hip over to the right side even more. You can come onto your forearms if you like. One more inhale. And take it back. Take it back over to the right. And then just go ahead. Take it to the left one more time. We're only gonna be here for a second. Inhale. Exhale back over to the right. I feel like I'm teasing you right now. Drop the right foot down. Turn the torso, turn the foot. You're gonna come into low lunge on the right side. Mindful of your props. Feel free to grab more props. And actually, I am gonna grab more props. And trust me, with the growing belly, I need more space, and therefore the props have saved me. All right, coming to low lunge, right knee over the right ankle. You can have your back foot tucked or untucked. And then making sure not to dump in that lower back. You can take right hand onto the right thigh, left hand on back, lifting the torso, lifting the chest up. Or maybe lifting the arms up. Go ahead, bring my hands down. I'm gonna use the blocks. Actually, I won't so you can see first, but I will in a second. Send the hips back, straighten the right leg, flex the right foot. And then we're gonna just take it rocking back and forth. Inhaling, low lunge. Exhaling, sending the hips back. Inhaling, low lunge. Exhaling, sending the hips back. And last one, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sending the hips back. From here, definitely recommend blocks, maybe lifting the torso, lengthening that spine up, folding from there, and dropping the head down last. Maybe even aiming to bring that right hip back farther in space. Be square with the left. Sometimes I also roll the foot side to side, rotating that leg. All right, go ahead, come back to low lunge, move the blocks out of the way, just rotate through, coming back to the tabletop. Send the left leg back, and then drop the knee down. We're going to the other side, and then that's almost it before I take it to the floor. Go ahead and send the left leg back, sending it over to the right. Pressing into that left big toe on the ball of the left foot, pressing in that left heel, and then looking over the right side, the right hip, breathing there. And then of course you can take it to the forearms if you'd like. Inhale, exhale, take it to the left, lift it up, send it back to the right one more time. One more breath, and then back to the left, drop the foot down, rotating, coming in to left low lunge. So, same thing as the other side. Left knee over the left ankle. Get situated, get grounded first. Lift the torso. Maybe lifting the arms. All right, bringing the hands down, sending the hips back, rocking through half split and low lunge a few times. Inhale, lifting, low lunge. Exhale, hips back, straightening the left leg, flexing the left foot. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, sending the hips back. One more, inhale. Low lunge, exhale, sending the hips back. This time, we're going to go ahead, lengthen the spine like a half lift, as if someone's helping you from the crown of your head, pulling you forward, then folding, dropping the head down, chin down to the chest. And then maybe rotating the foot, the leg side to side. Just like really from the hip socket. All right, go ahead, inhale, coming up, moving the props. Go ahead, come back, tabletop, send that left leg back, and then drop both knees down. Go ahead, we're gonna come onto the knees, gonna move the props. And you can have a block underneath if it's super uncomfortable for you to sit like this, but I recommend without the block. We won't be here for super long, but we are gonna stretch the fascia, the bottom of the feet. So pretty good if you have plantar fasciitis, hopefully not too painful, but you're gonna tuck the toes. So just be mindful that you can stay here and this might be enough stretching. The more you sit back, the more weight, especially when you come up all the way. So at first you might be like, oh yeah, this is easy. And then all of a sudden, a couple seconds in, you're like, holy moly. So we're just gonna breathe through it. Sometimes I distract myself with some eagle arms or something. If at any time it's too much for you, go ahead, lean forward, either take some weight off or go ahead and come out. One more breath. And then walk the hands forward. We're gonna go ahead and just tap the tops of the feet. Brace yourself one more time. Tuck the toes. Sending the weight back. Just about 5 breaths here. Maybe coming back to that breath or that intention for the practice of the day. Checking your face, maybe smiling, even if you don't want to, but don't hold tension in areas like the forehead or places we don't need to. Go ahead, release, come back out, and tap the feet again. We're gonna go ahead and do one more like this. So go ahead, toes now, top of the feet on the mat. We'll do kind of the opposite. So go ahead and you can lean back and maybe stay in here, or you can go ahead and lean all the way back, lifting the knees up. So stretching the top of the feet. If this is all too much for you right now, another great thing to do, especially in the morning, especially for your ankles, just write the ABCs with your feet or point flex a bajillion times. But you can always just write nice big capital letters, A through Z with each foot, and it's really nice. Two more breaths here. And rock back to the knees, coming back up. We're gonna do one more thing in tabletop position. I didn't lie to you, it's not so much tabletop, you'll see. All right, we're gonna do some, what my husband likes to call the Cardi B's. But we're gonna go ahead and tuck the toes. You're gonna lift the knees up off the ground, and you can stay there if you like, just hovering the knees off the ground, or you can rotate the pelvis in and out, in and out, in and out. 4, 5, 6, and you can go as fast, as slow as you want. 7, we're doing 10, so 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Drop the knees, come back to a neutral spine. Go ahead and sit back, and we're just gonna go ahead, come on the back. Because I am pregnant, and if you're pregnant, you should know, not really great to lay on your back, so recommend having something underneath. And of course, anyone's more than welcome to put whatever they like underneath. Go ahead, walk the heels towards the glutes. Ground the feet down. Take the hands down by the side, grounding in the palms. You're gonna lift the hips up. And exhale, lower. We're gonna do that 10 times. Lift, exhale, lower. Lift, exhale, lower. 4, 5, squeezing the glutes every time. Like you got a dollar bill in there or something. 6. Can I count and talk at the same time? I think that's 8. 9. And 10. But I didn't say lower, so this one we're holding. And you can stay there. You can place a block underneath if it's too much. Maybe coming more into the shoulders, having the hands clasped together, or challenge yourself, maybe keeping the hips lifted. Raise the right leg up and exhale it down, lifting the hips, left leg up, exhaling it down, one more each side, right foot up, exhaling it down, left foot up, and exhaling it down, lift the hips, one more inhale, exhale, release. Beautiful. And go ahead, take your feet about as wide as the mat. One of my favorites, windshield wiper. Just letting the knees fall side to side. I'm actually gonna roll that a little bit more. So, coming into our last few moments of this practice before we take our final resting pose. You can stay on one side, breathing. Or keep moving the knees side to side. All right, and then just like we did before, we're gonna go ahead and bring the knees into the chest-ish. Like I have to keep saying now, because my belly's taking up most of that room. You can hug the knees in the chest, taking it farther. You can have knees wider. You can roll the ankles out again. And just like we did before, you can take those hip circles, or those knee circles, I guess you should say, the opposite direction, massaging that lower back. Maybe finding stillness. Even if you're on a prop, you can take a half a baby, mindfully. You can also straighten the legs and happy baby. And you can rock side to side like that. So a bunch of weird options for you to choose from. Get any last movements really out. And then we're gonna squeeze in. Squeeze in. I don't want you to squeeze everything, even your face now. Squeeze your feet. You can make fists with the hands. Squeeze them in. And release. Go ahead, come into your final resting pose. Just like beginning of practice, welcome to do it any way you like. Feet in any position. I'm just gonna have mine about the distance of my mat. I'm gonna have my hands open to receive and just down on my side. And returning to the breath, to the body. checking in to see how you feel physically and mentally, maybe, since the beginning of the class. And just taking a moment of gratitude here. Gratitude for this new day. Gratitude for waking up this morning. Gratitude for our breath, which is always working, even when we aren't thinking about it. I'm grateful for our body, for moving through this practice today. And every day. Feel free to stay in that position as long as you would like, as long as you need. Feel free to go back to sleep. Don't tell your boss I said that, but if it serves you best today, take what you need. I hope you woke up this morning with me, and I hope you have a great day. Namaste.